Hi there viewers, and my name is Roy. I'm a web designer and I'm just going to try and narrate what I'm doing on these designs, and I've sped up the version, which is 40 minutes long, down to maybe 10 minutes. So what I'm trying to do here is I created the frame in Instagram post size, and now I'm just creating the nav. What I tend to do is group them as well, so it's easier to align vertically, and I tend to make the font size is 16 pixels, and you can see here that the CTA, the sign in, I think I've done 16 pixels, and I've created a box, and I then group that together so I can then align those nicely vertically and in the center. And I always start with black and white because I don't want to think about color at this point. I just want to get it out on the canvas as soon as possible. All the main elements, trying to line it up. The middle, the massive background that I just put in is about 960 pixels, just so I can align stuff up. And then now I'm putting in the main heading. This bit, you just have to use your typography, and this is probably the one where it needs to be the biggest on the page, because you're going to use visual hierarchy just to grab the attention. Users read from left to right, or from top to right to left to right. So here you can see I'm just putting in the form, and yeah, even the CTA text can be better than just sign up. You can actually give the user a bit more context on what they're trying to do, which is trying to find a deal on a particular service. So again, another nice thing nowadays is you can show trending searches or recommended searches or popular searches, rather than letting the user just type in. So I just guessed and had put in top three searches: cleaning, plumber, electrician. If the app or the service or the web has AI involved, then this would be really nice to use. So again, I'm putting the boxes at around 44 pixels height, and then what I tend to do is get the height or the width of the text, and then for the button, the box, I'm just adding 40 pixels to the width, so then it will be 20 pixels on the left and the right. So that's a nice technique to use, just so that you make sure that the padding on the left and the right is always the same. And then what I've done there, I've just grouped everything, and I've just aligned it to the left where the logo is. So now I'm just getting some images that I've prepared, and what I'm going to try to do is use the remove background, and this is a very cool tool which is free to use. You get the low res version, which is still good enough, and you can see here I've just picked that certain image, and now I proceed to the main hero image. Probably what you've seen in some of the designs is actually I'm making her position up, I'm making her face the form, which is quite good. It's a simple thing, but it makes her look at the heading rather than the other way. And then now I'm just placing some icons that are from icons8.com, icons that are relevant to the service, or there's different services, so hopefully it'll give a bit more context on what the hero section is about. And now I'm proceeding to the color, or just adding some more stuff, some more elements to the page. One thing you can do with icons is you can add a shape behind it, either a circle, a geometric shape, and what I'm doing is I'm adding a square, just so it matches up with the main hero image, which is a rectangular shape. So I'm trying to replicate this with other elements so it's a bit more consistent. This is a simple technique to use, and I'm just randomly placing it, trying to balance it a bit. We've only got an hour, but that's the nice thing about time boxing your work. you're kind of forced to just get it on the page and then don't muck around too much. And now what I'm doing is, to give a bit of purpose to the image, is a testimonial from a customer. This gives it a bit more power, a bit more social proof, and I thought that would be nice to add into your or any landing page if you can back it up with any social proof or testimonials, and that is a good thing to do. So now I'm just adding some border radius on some of the elements, and not completely round, so just to match the rectangle. And now I'm proceeding to color, and I've decided to go with blue, and it's important to get the contrast correct. So I'm trying to get a darker shade of blue, and these colors are from Tailwind CSS. So my other background is I can do front end as well. So I'm using this framework, which they've got really nice colors. You can get this on Figma, or you can go to their website, tailwindcss.com, I believe. Really good. So here they've already done a lot of research into the colors, and what I tend to do is use the background for the box, like the green cleaning one. I tend to use a very light green, and then for the text a very dark green, so the contrast is very good, or the contrast is decent. And here I'm actually struggling a bit. If I remember, I was struggling with the icons because they're actually PNGs, they're not SVGs. Well, actually, I'm not there yet, but from my memory, anyway, going back to this bit, I decided to give the boxes their own colors. We're not there yet, but another thing you can see there is I'm making the text not pure black, I'm making it like a really dark grey. There's a lot of advice not to go pure black, so it's not too harsh on the eye. So here, I think I'm struggling with changing the color of the icon, which I'll get round to in the end. And I'm trying to play around with shadows, just seeing how that will look. You can add supple shadows on there just to make it pop a bit. You probably heard that phrase a lot. And yeah, I'm making the image go to the edge, which is quite nice. It got, images to the edge or bleeds to the edge is quite nice. So here you can see the Tailwind CSS UI. This is done by another designer. Another nice thing is to put in some icons. So search is one of the features you want them to start using, and to catch their eye maybe is to put a search icon on there, and it's quite a common pattern to use. And then here I think I'm just sharing it, the whole thing now, from beginning to end. You can see the start all the way to the end. Now I'm just playing around with the layout a bit, and I believe this video was 40 minutes. So just let me know in the comments if you like me to narrate or to comment over the work, or if you just prefer the speeded up versions with music in the background, or if you prefer a mix. Maybe one day of the week I'll do a narrated version, and maybe I'll do a really slow version. Yeah, I'd love to know your feedback if anyone finds this useful. And this is part of the 30-day challenge for creating a hero section, and it's a really good challenge. I'd advise you to join in, and then you can share your work. It could be on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram. And here I think I'm just trying to find images now or icons that are SVG. So I found some that are SVG, because on Icons 8 you have to I think you have to sign up to get the SVG versions of all the icons. Some of them you can get SVG versions, and I think I struggle again when it comes to scaling them down. Some of them don't scale very well because there's a certain way that you have to do it, and which I figured out in the end, which took a bit of time actually. Probably took more time than, you can see there I've struggled with that. What I've noticed is you have to group all of them, and then you have to flatten it, and then from there you can size it down. Hey, so I'm just gonna quickly show the bit where I struggled with the icons. So I found some SVG icons and I'm just changing them up now. And if I remember correctly, the way to do it is to group all the vectors and then flatten them. And then once you flatten it, as you can see, some of them it doesn't work, but once you flatten it, you can then scale it down. Or it might be just the way I'm doing it. So if anyone knows how to do it correctly, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, you can see I'm just going through the process, struggling with this wrench or spanner or whatever you call it. And yeah, this one's just not scaling, but I'm pretty sure I'm just not doing it the right way. You can see I'm just finding more SVG icons, and here is one. So again, I just grouped it, flattened it, and then from there I just put it in the right group, give it a darker red and a really light red background, which is the same for all the other icons, and that is it. So again here, yeah, I'm just filling around. This is the other thing. Oh, actually, there, it's ended now. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you can leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. And my name is Roy. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next day. All right, take care. Bye.